question is, where is Mr.? Okay, which part of the body that doesn't get cancer? Is it the spleen? Is it the brain? Is it the heart? Or the veins and the blood? The spleen. It's not wrong, but close. It's close. Thank you so much. So I will have. Is the screen ready? Not yet. Okay, so we can now go. Anyone to try the answer? Any other? Yes, please. Can become cancerous? Okay. I like being the first one to inform you. There is only one part of the whole body that doesn't get cancer. I said there was what? What were the options? And the what? And D was the brain. Okay. We are lucky as human beings. Okay, what is a cancer though? Even before I go any further. Okay. So it's when the cells change into their format changes. Okay. That's very, very good too. Very good. Anyone else who knows a cancer? To add on, because that is an answer, but just to add on it. Okay. Okay, so this is it. In the world right now, the biggest disease we are fighting is cancer. And most of us even might not be sure or know what brings it or what it is, okay? So, why I want to teach about cancer? Cancer is the only disease that spreads very fast in any cell. If it attacks a cell, it runs very fast and it is very hard to reverse, like things that cancer has caused in someone's body. It's really, really hard to reverse that. So if we have one part of the body that doesn't get cancer, when we know cancer, as teachers told us, it is the deformation of the cells. So from the normal to the not normal, because you know, as a body, each part has a cell that works independently. You know that? A cell is a living organ that works by itself. A cell can eat, a cell can urinate, is it? A cell can communicate by itself. So if it's a group of many cells, we tend to call them into different like organs. If they become even more, we call them systems. If they become even more, we can call it more than that. So why I'm telling you about a cancer? Cancer is the only unreversible disease. So we have a place in our body that will never get cancer. God made it like that because that is the only part in a child that you can rely on changing. Only part you can. Now, can we get the answer now? The last time. The brain. Okay. The teacher gave us plain. Okay. So the only part that never gets cancerous is our heart. There is no heart cancer. You tell me any heart cancer if you've ever heard of it. It's the heart. Because even if the child's brain has problems, because as we are going to study, children nowadays, it's very easy to pick up problems from you people. Because most of you are not producing these children. So the problems you had and hid in your medulla oblongata, you produce it as what? As occurring characteristics in children. So you see a child there being stubborn, you have not met their mother. Maybe their mother was worse. And even if you know, this is like a trick I'm giving you. If you see a teacher over picking on a child, that teacher has been that child in those years. So the teacher is so guilty, saying, I wish someone corrected me. Maybe they refused to change and act like that child, and that's why they're in the situation they're in right now. So they feel, if they can go back in time, this is not back in what? In time for this child. So when they beat you as a sperm, you so so you always call someone baba kubanga yakuba n'okolotya babira baba. So meaning as women or as us, before you start working on your teaching skills, before you start working on your love skills, before you start working on your parenting skills, before you start working on your friendship skills, how is your mother? That will affect everything I've said. How is your mom? Is she okay? Is she eating? Is she sleeping? Is she walking? Because in science, your mom takes a month ngakuimagininga and like ngakuattractinga. That's why when women are going through ovulation, they are the most fertile, isn't it? They want to have sex. So the mom is be looking, so meaning you as a person, if you don't find stability, you're not sleeping well. How is your mom? That is your first bed. That's why when some of you get mad with your partners, you go back to your mom's bed, you sleep like this. You sleep like a baby. You go into the fetal position. Because you're missing, you want to go back in the mom's stomach. So the first thing, if you have a child and they have these characters, they are lazy, they are misbehaving, they are acting like really bad, ridiculous, find out how is their mom. That's the first thing. Some children might come here when the dad refused them to see the mom. And they'll start acting on all female teachers. And they're like, hey, omwana tawa teacher bachala chitibwa. You find female teachers abegeze namu. Game, so how is my mom? Because as you have teenagers here. As teenagers, you're looking for a woman to challenge and king. And if your mom is not there to be like, oh, my baby, darling, love. Or if some of the kids you have, their mothers are too depressed. Their moms. So don't expect them to have settled life. You might have a child who is the cleverest out of the blue. They become so bad. Find out, they could have lost a mom. Their mom could have left, gone abroad. So the first thing to approach when it comes to psychological problems or race is, who is your mother? In UK, if you're opening up a bank, you know the password we use, these things of maybe, what place did you go first? You name those they're called memory, like things to remember, for your account to come back on. The only question they always ask, who is your mother? What's your mother's maiden name? They feel your mother will trigger your remembering, your memory. So, first and foremost, before even we start teaching kids in this school, we are going to do our own ritual. When the first day they come back from school, tell them, tell us about your mom. What did she do? In a weird way, because you're trying to find out the state of their mother before you judge the state of their conscience. Are we clear? Exactly. So you ask them, you see those whites when kids come back from school. They'll be like, so what do you do with mommy during all that is? But they're trying to make the kid like settled. Tell them, this is like mom. I know about your mom. You know, it's very easy to befriend someone who loves your mom or someone who cares about your mother. So you feel like this is like a second mom, like bamwa de deputy wa mama wo. You know, when I was in school, like, there is a matron. We had a bad matron. We had a very, very bad matron, and we named her stepmom. She wasn't bad, just because she used to wake up very early. She used to force us to, this thing that she's supposed to. So we used to call her very bad, and we hated her. So we used to call her stepmother. So one time she came in class and said, you guys, I am happy for the name you gave me, stepmom. We are like, eh? She's like, yes, I'm a step ahead of all your mothers. That's why they dropped you here for me. balemererwa. So usually you have to, the first thing, before you even teach a child, ekigambo mu Luganda bagamba mulere, mumaamire. Because omuntu okukutegeera, someone to understand what you're saying, they have to trust you and they have to feel safe with you. If they don't feel safe, I beg, no matter how good you are, that's why I started with date of birth, so that I get to know you. I know the kind of people I have. And I also wanted to give you mine, so you get to know me. So, after we get the cells, we don't have 100%, right? Because it's 43. So there is 14 lacking, right? So 14 that is lacking is what we call the self. Or what, okay, allow me to say this. It's what we can call spirit. Remember yesterday I was teaching about a spirit? It is like the electricity that runs the body. So if you remove the electricity, the weight becomes less. Like for this tala to make sense, it has to have electricity. If it doesn't have electricity, it won't be a tala anymore, it will be a deco. Right? So even us as humans, when you look at the, when you look at, as here, 43, we have minus 14%. This is what we call self. So this, for example, what our parents give us is the anatomy. Yes, we talked about anatomy, biology teacher. Exactly. So why is it whenever I call him biology teacher, you all die? You laugh. He's a good biology teacher. He answered the questions. Luga. They're haters. You guys don't hate. He's a bio teacher. So as 14%, which is called the electricity of the body, we need it, right? So, but that one, our parents don't give us. When your parents produced you, they didn't know if you'll be tall, if you'll be short. So it's like if your parents gave you this body and this one, meaning they never gave you anything. Ask me why. It's not theirs. Your mom has a mother and a father, right? Your mother's mother, how do you call them? In Luganda here, judge. And this one also, judge. So also your dad has mother and father. So now you have how many judges? 4. Okay, thank you. Shrink. Enlarge. Thank you. So we have now 4 judges, right? So they're the ones, this one gave 43 of their genes to these, your parents, right? Yeah. So, meaning there's no 14. So these are just same body being given to the next person. So if we go down here, also these people had what? Parents. So we shall call also, those are also called judges, right? So right now you have 8 judges. If I draw, okay, if I draw these ones, and I want to know your judges 10 times, which you could say 10 generations. Yeah. So how many judges do you have? It's 4. What is our math teacher? Here. 9. 45. So you have these judges in your system. Those are only 10 generations down. That's why the food you ate yesterday, if I give it to you today and I give it to you the next day, you get tired. You'll be like, ye onaloza ndi muntu yomu. The clothes you wore yesterday, if I gave them to you, you said ziwunya. But it's you who was wearing them, right? Have you ever had a friend, nga you like that person, the next day no mwekweka? It's because Yeah, even love. You can date someone nomukwanango ine bigambo bingi kumacho oluzuka nga twagala namutunulako. Nga sigo wamwagadde. One of your genes appreciate. Okay, one of your judges. Okay, if I say judges, it becomes big. But one of your genes. So you always have a dominant gene. I'm teaching you this so that you know the kids you're carrying. Tebali boka. They have different characters that they will inquire just out of the gene type they carry, the memory that is in them. For example, as you look at this, katika mbagereze, temugenda kubeera mu ssomero lino, mubeere n'omwana nga taata we oba maama we munnakatemba. And don't expect that person to be dancing or singing. Never, never. If they can't sing, they will sing your work. And if you can't support that because you know their parents are like that, they are going to fail your work. Bakulageko. Until you be like, but what else can you do? And they'll be like, I can do nothing. And you're like, you're a loss. Then richest time here, you're calling people to sing for you on MDD. You're paying them 2 million, 5 million. And you're training this child to be a musomesa like, a doctor like me and earn what? For a full month, for me, I earn only 2 million as a dentist. But this Bayimbi, every weekend they go. They come here to your school. I think you give them money. They've never come for free. Right? But can you compare that, those Bayimbi coming here to the, just saying, can you compare them to the nurse you have? The money they're earning. The nurse, we start, the first nurses we study, we even look at dead bodies, we even cut them. But that's where our limit is. But these people's talent can earn them more than they studied. For example, when I'm a dentist, I have 2 hours. Each patient may be scaling 300, but 200, 150. When I come here to talk to you, you ask her. I am happy. It's a talent. It's a talent, so it's not something I was acquired. But when I was studying, my teachers were like, oh, you know, Musawo, you can make a good doctor, you're so bright. I'm like, I'm going for drama. I'm in drama class. They're like, I can't do drama. My drama teacher is like, Wama, you stay here, you'll be confident. It will teach you how to speak in people. I'm using the same talent here, adding it with what I study, and I'm presenting to you. And I'm talking, maybe even sometimes I'm doing comedy, right? So, what I pray, as I'm teaching you, I pray you don't ignore the fact that the kids you're carrying are not only the body you're seeing. The body you're seeing is a car carrying memories and memories and memories of generations. You might have a child and is a grandchild of Idi Amin. Don't expect this child to study like my child. No. This child will boss them around, will stand and be like, his gene has ruled the country. And you're putting him in P2. He'll even miss you. You teacher will come and say, A, he'll say B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, go away. His memory is encrypted with a lot of work. The pictures at IT, I'll need some support. I'll show you the pictures here. So we sit in classes. We are now in this place of people, these cars are carrying different what? People. You understand? There are things you feel you knew, but you didn't know how to bring them out. The moment I talk about them, you feel like you are now a teacher in it. It's because it already embedded in your gene. Most of you are grandchildren of basomesa badini. That's why you're good teachers. That's why you feel like you want to change your life. But if you don't try to change your life according to the child that is in front of you, according to your own beliefs, usually this child in front of you might fail. Because I might come from a family of maybe teachers, but when a child sitting in front of me is coming from a child of presidents, so it needs me to forget that even I am from a family and ask and concentrate. Always, this is the thing to be a good teacher, is concentrate and ask. These kids, some of the kids you have, their future is already written. I'm telling you, it's you guys to help them own it. There are kids who are here and their parents, they already have focus. I'm just saying. And it's you, the teacher, to tell them how you treat yourself and that you already have, not to go to tell them to be so low. Ebintu babibabeko. Nze when nasooka ogenda in London, I earned a lot. I started building here homes and houses and halls. I was just excited for being a dentist in UK, and I was building here. When I came back, I was 28. I was very young, and I was dating someone of 35. And this man detoothed me like he was calling me sugar mommy. And everywhere I was going, he's like, "Sugar mommy kange kajja. Temufayo kapi. Nika sugar mommy." You understand? So, because in my head, I didn't have teachers who had trained me about wealth. They had already told me about struggle. They had already told me about how to hustle. So even when I had a lot of money, I was still hustling, and my boo was enjoying. You understand? So, you teach, if you see a child has, teach them how to enjoy and have, and keep and grow. If the child doesn't have, teach them how to network with those who have, and make life easier. Stop teaching her kids to hustle too much. Nowadays, classes we have, I would love the other picture, the pictures before, the last ones. Yeah. Nowadays, the classes we have, themselves, as a teacher, you're just a moderator to help two good people connect. But that's what we're not doing, because right now, I went to Maryhill. Most of my friends are in government. If my teacher has trained us to be together, I'll be having a very good job in government. Right? But just because everyone was taught to hustle, be the first, be better than Julie. So they are still, even now we are still fighting who is getting 80, 90. Even when they see me on TV, they're like, which course can I do to be better than Julie? But the office they are in, they need Julie. So teach your kids this in class. Don't teach them, hey, hustle. Teach them, kulio kumpi wabacha ino chetaga, muwe value. Chota inango liachina, respect that person until you get it from that person happily, lovingly. Because you people are no longer teaching kids to have bigger brains. Their brains are already meant to be great. You're there to teach them to have good hearts and connecting hearts. Have the right side and the left side. Okay, you change. Right and left side. So each side has a specific activity it does, okay? And some people only use this side of the brain, the right. Other people only use the left. Now, the right side of the brain represents the subconscious. The right side of your brain represents your mother. That's what you inherit from your mother. You inherit this part of the brain. And then your father gives you the left part. So what does the left do? The left is what we are using right now. We study, we learn, we understand, we concentrate, we are elite, we are good. We all use that because we want to prove the world we are good. But this right side, the mother, is what nurtures, is what produces results. No matter how much I studied dentistry, if I didn't add this subconscious, I couldn't become a teacher. I would be stuck in dentistry for pride and ego. Because I even did a master's, I did cosmetology, I did braces, orthodontics, I did all those. If my brain had stuck here, I would be lost. There's something we call profession and passion. So profession is something you should practice at least only 8 hours a day, please. If your school is strict, 8 hours, even those 8 hours, you're not going to be professional all the time. You need to take a break of one hour. If you're teaching at least 4 hours, be teaching 2 hours. Don't even rest. Pick any of these things and do it. Maybe call an old friend. Talk. You could get a connection there. And by the way, we are meeting for OGs and OGs. Hey, you guys, I'm coming. Okay. It will help your stress as in school. You have to make these plans during every day. Make sure you have used both sides of the brain. Because every activity we do daily accumulates into character. If I comb every day, you think I have nice hair. If I shower every day, you think I smell good. If I do exercise every day, you think I have a nice body. If I talk nice every day, I'll get a job of being the best person. So what the small things you do daily can build a character. So before the day ends, ask yourself, seriously, I'm going to deal with these children. I'm going to ask them to use both their what? Brains. To use the left and the right. Have I used both? My left and right before I ask these kids? Because subconsciously, some of you will be even in sports and you're marking things. Run, run, run. Oh, these papers are finished. You're mentally ill. No, you're mentally ill. You have what we call ADHA. Start managing it. I'm telling you, this first here we don't diagnose. But how do you manage ADHD? It's trying to associate with others so that you calm down that too much energy you have. You have kids who are like that, whereby they have to run, but they have gone with a paper to read. Maybe they're in drama, but they also have their book of science next to them. That's when you have to ask them. You start now doing the mentoring and tell them, no, this time we are in the subconscious mind. Just be creative. Don't have to read. Don't copy anything. Okay? Then when you go into the conscious mind, that's when you follow rules, orders, and all that. That's why after 8 hours of a day, your children become radical. They want to switch off from this strict. You can't use one brain the whole day. Yeah. Like they've been using only one side of the brain from morning. That's why in schools like in UK, what they do in the morning, they come, what you guys call assembly. No, it is time for them to show their talents on stage. One comes, they sing, they prepare for that. One comes, they look good, they dance. Instead of the teacher coming, now in P1 we had this. In P3, they are going to do that the whole day. The best thing is to do as the day starts. Start it with the subconscious activities. Because the whole day is going to be under conscious stress. So even when you're starting a class, you see me when I'm starting our classes, I start with that, Start with bringing out their creativity. Ask them, you guys, now even teachers, me and my university teacher used to come and be like, you guys, even you used to I think like to us, be like, girl number A, girl number B. We are told this teacher had been single for long. So every student like, they hope that teacher, so everybody became number one. We are like, no. He's like, when we live at dead, these were girls I found on this website. We laugh. And after it's like, psychology. So these kids, even we used to feel so free with him that would go and tell him about our own what? Issues. Because he was open to us. He told us to choose for him a babe, of course. We felt like we are his cousins. So not in a way that you are trying to familiate with these kids, but bring those icebreakers that will make you humans, not robots. Exactly. So some of the time, that's why this part of the brain here, what we call the mother brain. What is the mother responsible for? Nurturing, caring, producing. Yeah? You know, all the things that a mother can do if you give a chance for the brain of a child to practice those things. Then later you bring out the father bit. This child will feel fully parented. So studying becomes obvious. Because in school, we only have cops. Everyone is trying to act as a bad cop. So this is the whole technology with the modern children is, these kids even know about being fake. And they like it. So be two people. And they should know these two people. You have to be the bad cop and a good cop. So in the day, start calculating. Remember? So bad cop has to take 10%. Okay? Good cop has to take 90%. If you're going to punish a child, if you're to punish her tomorrow, call her today. Like tell them every good thing about them. every good thing about them. Like tell them, you know what? Sirabangako mwana afaayo ku byakola nga ggwe. Ofaayo, oli muyonjo, okeera. Keep it up. It is rare. Keep it up. N'agenda. Next day, jangu. Planning to punish. These things, this is what they call effective punishments. A punishment you give someone randomly, you're a bad cop. They're going to do critical thinking, logical, and short-term memory. Meaning you're only going to beat them and it's going to affect the short-term memory. But you want any punishment you do to affect a child what? Long-term memory. So they'll never forget it. Right? And not in a bad way, if these things have affected them in a bad way, taking them back here on the willpower, because they'll pull out their willpower. Bonyige nyenyindo. Ejomsai. So, as humans, as you know yourself, if you don't eat meat, even if me Musawo, I'm your girlfriend and I forced you to eat it, you will not eat it, right? If anything, you'll even prove to me, you'll get greens and chew them in front of me to show me how sweet they are, right? So, the more you refuse these kids to, the more you attack them, hey, all right, so that's what's in your books, right? I'll work so hard to show you that even you haven't seen, let me show you the real character of a human being. And no matter how much you beat that character, you're just killing those girls or boys who are going to be lovers of that person when they grow up. The way you beat your kids is how they punish us when we marry them. Yeah. How your female teachers punish you is how you punish your woman. Because you feel it, if I can handle it, this woman can handle it. Yeah. They used to slap me, I didn't die. You will not know it, but subconsciously, that's what's going on in your system. We humans, our brains are familiar. Tukola bye tumanyi, bye twali tuwuliddeko, oba bye tuwulira. So, even when you're punishing, in your heart, lekamu, am I leaving some kind of imagination for this child? Because some of you don't leave room for imagining. You bark, you bark. The child is like, no, look at this barking dog. Then he goes on social media. What are barking dogs called? Then they'll start calling you a slogan you don't know. VP. You're like, ah, that's a nice name. You guys call me VP. It is a vocal dog. That is a vocal public dog. So you'll be walking, and these kids have names for you guys. Even the angels, they do. They will call you AG. Or a generator. Someone who brings, when they are sad, when they're feeling lost, this is a person who tells them who they are, appreciate who they are, bring back their aura. You've heard these kids call you those names. Have you spoken to GT? No. Oh. There are also people they call aura killers and forcing them to be strict tough. That's why most of us, Basawos, we are not married. Twasoma nnyo, ne tusoma, katulinga batata. I'm telling you, this is what you're going to push these kids to. Because at the end of the day, we are trying to impress the next teacher. But tell these kids, no, you are already impressive, okay? Now, because I told you the brain is just a phone, we're adding apps, we're upgrading apps that are needed. Because you teach the different things from senior 1, different things in year 2. So you're upgrading the brain. So you tell these things to the kids directly. You tell them, you know what? The last time we talked, you've improved. You see, you're giving feedback to the kids. You see? You've improved. So I'll tell you, but you know what I'm saying. No, the kid is not under this strict power, is under their own to handle them in their way because someone appreciates, someone is watching. Just saying. Do you get me from that angle? Okay, so let's go back to the brain of a modern child. Now, the brain of a modern child is formed totally different from ours. Why? The brain itself, this is a structure. This is like, it's tangible. The brain is tangible. So we all have the same structure of the brain. It's like a pot. We all have a pot, or called a brain. But what's cooking inside here? It's totally what? Different. For these kids, what's even worse? There is a lot of fire cooking from where? Outside, which is called social media. We didn't suffer that. These kids, already their brains are thinking, now my teacher said that a caterpillar can become a butterfly. How does that happen? Then they go back home, they pick up the phone, mommy's phone, then they see Musawo Julie saying, oh, your mother gives you 43 genes. And then they're like, okay, I was just wondering about the caterpillar. Now you see, so different things are affecting their thinking. It's not only you affecting them anymore like us. As it was just the teacher. The teacher tells you something, gospel truth. The only person who can fight him is Abbott. You can go to Abbott and argue with your teacher. But right now, Abbott is even useless. A child will, because me, I've studied Abbott. And I'm teaching online. And I speak Luganda. So your child who is Namaganda, you think they will first listen to Abbott before they listen to the way I explain in Luganda? Yeah, you're joking. Yeah, I can explain physics. Yeah. I be there online, your kids run there and they're like, Carly, the teacher said, now, Musawo Julie, there is a, now Abbott lied. They were not even white. You tell them, go to church, they'll be like, but me, I'm not white. It's because they are not like us. They have added pressure, which is social media first. So, as we are handling a child for modern, we are thinking of how we can help her prosper with this fire called social media. Because you have to let them what? Prosper. With this inclusive, you can't take it away because it's already part of their lives. It's part of their lives, right? No matter how much you want to fight it, some of them are going to be like Musawo Julie, they're going to be employed there. That's where Mami Serena got me and brought me here to you. Social media. So you have to teach them, oh, it is dangerous, very dangerous. Now this is how we handle it, okay? So you have to, as any teacher now handling school at this time, you have to come up with a few ideas. If you're telling someone, you're going to be a very nice judge, before you tell them how to be a good judge, tell them, as you're on the journey to become a judge, you might go to campus, you will meet friends, maybe as you see social media, you might go on social media. Since your plan is being a judge, first wait to report your nudes on what? On social media. Wait, go. Because now your plan is what? You have to tell them these things because you are the primary custodian of their mental situations. You will help them direct them. Some things when I forgot them in math, I even just remember my teacher who used to do like this. Did I hear those notes? I'll be like, hey, yeah, I think I should do this math right. So you guys, whatever you put in their heads, even if they're small things to reduce this fire or help them manage this fire, it can change a lot in the chemistry that's happening in their brain. Because when they consume things from outside, they will put, but teacher told me this. So prepare them, also include social media as one of the problems they are going to face, and also include as one of the best things they can ever face. So you have to approach these things. So if you're approaching it, approach social media both subconscious and the conscious mind and teach it to them. If you can, on a daily basis, be like, you have answered that question very well. Thank you. Like, we don't have things that therapists, like themselves, who are willing to come back from abroad to do these things. Most of the therapists we have concentrate more in social work. And most of you teachers who are teaching these kids, if you have any kids in senior 6, you need to get them a class that is called psychology. I was even shocked in England to find in primary they have a class called psychology. These kids are taught, when you enter a stranger's house, don't remove your shoes. That is your path. You will never find a child born abroad and studying abroad removing their shoes in your house. Never. For you guys to take advantage and try on them their shoes. They teach them these things. They teach them, don't share your clothes. When they grow older, they start teaching them about how to manipulate the environment, the work environment, how to manipulate these things. You have to give them this bit of psychology. Because if the outside world gives it to them, it becomes dark. But if you guys give it to them, it becomes protected, which is called, soft psychology. In the world, you only good. It is for you to have a second brain to think. Even if you're giving money with this hand, you have to remember, I'm giving this person money, but they might turn on me, they might never pay me. But some of us teach the kids the world is good. And if you become a good teacher, that's it. No! You have to tell them, you have to be a good teacher. Naye olina okulaba, olina okwegendereza, tolemera ku bantu, atakwagala tomukubira. Call those who love you. Teach these kids these things. Because this is the reality. Even good doctors and good teachers are broken down by these things. You can find someone who's a good teacher, but the moment the woman says, I don't love you, you have to teach them, they're like, in the world, you have to, make sure you're not alone. The world is 7 billion people. If you meet someone, it's on the end of the day, you've had kids cry out of a heartbreak. Heartbreak. So you have to make these things normal. Hey, even suicide. So we need to talk about, normalize these things. We have to all get out of the strict parts of our teaching. And we enter the mother parts of our teaching. Because we don't only teach these kids, we mother them. That's why their parents literally don't even see them, I think, for weeks or months. And you are the sole parents. It's not even allowed to call those matrons anymore. We need to call them moms so that they can wear the gumboots of the mother. Otherwise, you call them matroni, they are thinking they are helping brides to wear clothes. No. These guys should be called mothers. Our stepmom, they are just a step ahead of our mothers. They are different. So if we empower them with that energy, they can come and tell you, Gwegu ndisibengato. Nje nyoko bavumpo buyinza from office. You see, some people are even still taking money to church because we are told 700 years ago that that's where God belongs. Why don't you employ these people who are still living? Get a koja, and when you're giving assembly, make the kids feel this person as their parent vibe. Yes, make sure it's person. If possible, ngaleta name yembe. You know what that means? If possible, ngajane over, munguliyane over ne mumuwa. And then I don't know what to tell you, but no matter how much we teach the kids from the upper side, I don't know the lower side, we're not helping their future. Because the future is not connected. Me, from the time I came here, is there anyone who has asked me for my qualifications? No one. You've all just been looking at me, dancing from the other side, the other side. Just because I'm using my subconscious, whatever I study now, I'm putting it into acting. So teach them, these kids. Even some of you math teachers, some things you need to sing them, create songs for these kids. I'm telling you. So that you remove them from the tough, because math is tough. Get them from that tough bit. So when they are doing math, they are using both the brains. Yes, so they don't get bored. And math needs encouraging, especially math, physics, and chemistry. If you're a teacher of those classes and you're so tough, trust me, you're going to get very good engineers who are mean. I have gone on a date with an engineer and I was like, Ndeka, you're good, Ndeka toda. Ngane smile ojinonya bunonya. The world is only 10% serious. Even the people you respect, like the president, trust me, some of the things we call curses, for families, they are blessings. In their homes, the day that child was born is the day the father got a job. Toina cho mugaba ne waba zolo ye. Ye, chechora chaji twala musomero ebye bay. Ye zolo ye. Era wojja togamba yo zolo gamba why? Kamusomesa okubeera zolo tatawera abana ye zolo naye ate naye alina waali kansomesa zolo ye tomukaka math tomukaka. If possible, let them be. Ebino ebyokusembya abaana, stop it. No child should stay behind because they are staying behind wasting time. Some of the kids in Bagambia, their future is already written in the sky. Me, if I failed the dentistry, I would be here teaching. Mugakatonda. Just saying. There are people you're going to look at. This is what I was bring. Just help me bring the other classroom thing. In classes we have right now, we don't have children. We have different. Now this is different parents you have in class. They're not children. As I told you, these are people. They are part of their parents, right? They are part of their parents. So in your class, no matter even if you see someone seated, Johnny, very good, utabajina nerinya lya alcohol, naye nga tata we buli wajja wanajja atamidde. Start training John how to handle drinks in your own way without being what? Abusive. Because you're already having an alcoholic in the house, but not yet what? Exposed. So there are chances. If you see the father coming, he's ever screaming at the mother, yangu wagwe, bichi, avuma omukazi nga ino omwana omulenzi, zo omwana omulenzi ku mabbali, you have an abuser with you. You have a toxic future husband seated in your class. So start telling this man, you know you can make a very good husband when you grow up. I want you to be, when you remember being a gentleman, remember these words. You're good. Impact, because you know, this is what they are seeing every day. No matter how much you teach them, what they see is the best class. What you teach, so in class you have a window in class. You have one child, they are present, they are absent. One mind is here, one mind is at their mom's grave. Okay, so you have a window in class. You have a poor child, someone there very broken, it's the auntie paying the school fees, you think they are rich. But their mom is there. You have a poor mom here. Who is there in Kanakase? You have a depressed mom in this class. You have a depressed mom. So don't look at these kids like Joanne. They carry a lot of history with them. And this is embedded in their bodies in something we call a gene. So when you're teaching, you have a doctor. Are you taking advantage of this doctor? If you have a child, the mom is a doctor, their character will be totally different from the rest. So start doctoring this person immediately. Tell them, every time you're in class and you see people struggling with math, even if he's bad with math, you've never triggered that memory. If the father is a doctor, trigger that memory in biology. Trigger it, because it's there. So tell the child, oh no, biology tasks, jangu, go na mwana wa Musawo. You're going to, the more that you like expose them and they get ashamed, they're going to start reading privately to impress their parents. Everything we do, we are just trying to make sure our parents are like, Gwa Singa Chigalo. We are waiting for this. Some of us teachers, we are teaching kids what parents will never clap for. Trust me. Munakatembo jamusomeseza omusawo, naye jagamba, ina ebintu byakola mu kiriniki ye naye. Nze mbeera ku theater. Simutegeera. Naye kwata nakatemba, kwata omwana we, nga ku ssomero yakulira ki? Drama. Ajja nakujjaika nga temumusasudde. Nza kuyambako mwana wange tuzine waneeno. Nga omufuna marketing. You have an engineer. An engineer is the best is done doing roads in Uganda, and the child is here. Oyo yalina okumuwanga enguudo ne mugamba, era mugamba, we have a task. Look at the roads and give us advice. Write a proposal, see what we need to change. More flowers, nothing. What do we need to do? Do it as a project. They will tell their dad, and their dad will try to make a mini him out of this child. And you're going to start producing a real engineer. From day one, is going to be working on these roads thinking, you know, the school trusts me, and the engineer is not. But just because you've seen the gene is there, you push it. Some of you have your children here. Now your teacher, your child is here. Now your teacher, that is now very challenging. Because whatever you are, your child is. So this is what I would request. It can be diluted, but if triggered, that person comes out. The people who never drink, by the moment they break up with them, they'll be the ones sleeping in the bars and go down, find out about their history. It's just because they're trying to hold on. You know, in the world, we're all trying to be good people. You hold on, until someone triggers you. No gamba de sivu manye kamwoyo kano agende nako. Wai, kagende nako. Kapake jinge bulungi. We are all triggered from what is in our bodies, right? So, the world is a process. Okay? So even someone to wear new clothes, at some point you have to get naked, right? If you want to wear your new clothes, you're bought them, you're like, you have to get naked to put them on. Exactly. So, anything we see and it breaks, it is an opportunity to start again. If you see a child starting to misbehave, they have left a certain stage and they are going into a new. It's you to guide them and manage that stage. Because you could have had one child who was maybe very obedient, helpful, nice. Then one day, this child steals, right? And then you expel that child. You're the worst school if you did that. Sorry to say that. Because at the end of the day, this child could have stolen so that they can get a chance for someone to stop that habit before it goes more. You know what I mean? Okay, this child could have stolen when they are in senior 2. And they would have stolen maybe a book, senior 2. So then they steal in senior 4. They also chase. They also nada nothing. Child disappears. If you want to be the best in your job as a teacher, the right time for you to be a real teacher, nga byonoonese, nga bigenda bulungi, you know, everyone can handle that situation. Everyone can handle a happy child. Everyone. But a depressed kid, a difficult kid, a teacher who handles that kid is the best teacher. Any teacher can handle a good child. Fuluma na fuluma. Yingira na yingira. Any teacher can handle that. But a child you tell fuluma, ungambangani. I need to take my time. Don't appear, take your time. Tula. A teacher who will go and make that child get out, tamukubye, tamuvumye, the heavens will open and they will be like, you passed your tests. So you every day get tests and you fail, 0, 0, 0. Every time you see a child acting up, it is not their test. It is your test as a teacher. Are you emotionally intelligent or you're still looking for validity as a good teacher? Are you grown up? It's like finding a mother and a child. A child is 4 years, the mother is 30. And the child is like, and the mother starts crying. Is that mother grown up? A child says, and they find both of them, they are crying. That is how we see you when you're screaming at a child making bad moves. We see you very stupid, like that stupid child you're beating. So the heavens be like, kale twatomera ntusindika embwa eno. Kale singa tetwamusindika. Singa twamutwalira n'alima ebbugga. Naye wayonoonye future y'omwana waffe. Now go like, me and big gods, I screamed and they listened. They didn't listen, they kept you for the next day. And they will catch you. They will trigger you. And then people will get to know, teacher, alwana n'abaana. Oba yabaaki. They will stop being the kid's problem. It becomes your problem. So, before you hand a child, in your head first put, I'm handling myself. Because the world is not, the people who are watching, they will judge that child how you want. But do you know the image that you've left for the next child watching you? It's like when you watch, like they've told you, oh, go to the HR and ask for help. So you find the HR slapping her own child. Can you report? Can you even get help? So, exactly. So sometimes your children are seated in the same rooms with you, but they are going to be sharpened differently. Nowadays, a human brain, like you've heard of things like alpha, they call themselves those kids, the boomers. You've heard of those things? You've heard of Gen Zs. They grade these people according to how the brains have changed. The IQs we have had different sessions. The brain changes after every 8 years. Okay. Abaana be bazaala emyaka 8 ago. Ne bazadde emyaka gino. There is a big upgrade. The brain keeps upgrading itself. Some things we are using with machines, the kids, our grandkids we shall produce, they will use them with their brains. if you know what I mean. Ebintu ebimu bye mukozesa machine, your grandkids are going to do them with their brains. For example, speaking to people abroad, we use phones, right? Kids you have in class are in psychology. They have something called telekinesis. You guys, they're acting it in movies. You're seeing it. Our brain is trying to find a way of doing them by themselves. So you cannot do it because you have not entered it. But when you produce a child, they are born with that knowing and that yearning you had as you're using the phone. For example, as you're typing the phone, you're like, I want even to eat. I don't know what to eat. Next time you're going to have kids, these kids you're seeing in your class, you find children who eat food when they are calculating calories, but they are young. Don't you have them? They'll start calculating their calories. They'll start minding the friends they have. They'll even tell you that person has bad energy. Haven't you heard these kids say this once? The things for us, our parents used to say, these kids, you don't have to tell them. They know. They know. Even some of the girls, now you have girls in senior 4, senior 6 who are dating, right? And you see their dating acting not like us, whereby you are running. Now you see kids standing together. You start as a teacher camp because you knew what you did when you were standing with the Julie in the corner. You entered and then you ate her virginity. So you see now standing with Sarah, you come screaming and bring your naivety. And these kids are like, why is he acting like this? Because in our years, man and woman, the only thing we could do together is sleep with each other. If not sleep, we exchange sexual things, right? Right now, people have activities. These kids, they have even businesses. I'm telling you, they even have things they share together. You see them standing together, and you're thinking they're going to kiss in the next minute. Don't first react, observe. If you see a relationship, don't first judge like us, we used to. Because they used to beat us because the core activity we had was sex and flirting. I'm telling you, these kids is not their core activity. That is even a by the way. You see a man and a boy. Nowadays, even see it from now. You find two teachers that they are very close, a man and a female, and they're not sleeping together. So why would you think kids can't have that relationship? Just asking. Because they're also human. And now the world has changed. Me, I go home with my best friend. And my mom every time is asking, where was Adi? Where was Adi? Where was Adi? I'm like, Mom, haven't you ever lived with someone for like 20 years and you're not? That is the mentality you people we are putting on our what? On the kids. You see someone, they've written to them a note. You beat them before you read the note. The note could be saying, my father will be paying your school fees. You know, you're my future wife. Just saying, these kids are different from us. And they are human. You know why? Because they were raised by most of you people who are not, you people are modern. And you people have some love. They're not like our parents. You call home. Me, I was in Maryhill. I was calling my mama. I got the phone. I was fighting there in the line. Me also want to talk to my mother. People are calling their parents. This was a school for rich kids. So the kids are calling, Mom, have you watched the Sunset Beach? Which the mom is like, oh my God, this is happening. Which I'm like, I'm in the line. I have to say hi to my mom. I go, I pick the phone. Hello, Mommy. Anyono. Mommy is a Juliana. Vako simu ya bandi. Oh, sina wana kumala school fees. Bye. Oh, asimu ya niyo jobie. Ngenda kujeyo nyonyole. Bye. So those are kids, me, my mom is 85. And for her, education is the key, and I'm her last born, I'm her future. Of course, she was ready to fight because at the end, I built for her a house. She had to fight for that house. She had other kids, no house, no education. But to me, she fought. She didn't even let those vanakatemba come in my face. She's like, but nagira benju yange bwegenda. Oyo mwana yalina okunzija mbwavu. Bamuzanyise emizannyo. Oh, they're like, oh, Julie's mom, stand up, we clap. Sijja yimirira. Kagende mu class. But what are we having now, right now? A totally different thing. Even when I came back to Uganda, I'm like, Nkoye, weru. Everyone was like, a good day, dalu, tategera, olekoti omsala gwo mtwalo gumune ekitundu buli mwezi. My mom started out, owo bikoye mwana wange tula. Banange, obonye n'ebitabo. Oh, katukolako ebibyo ebyabakadde nakatemba. Even the first stage, I did my talk show at Speak. She bought the stage, she did the music for me. I invited my friends and I started speaking about psychology. You understand? So at some point, no matter the kind of generation you come from, we have to support these kids who are coming because we don't know what they're going to build for us in our lives. So, our screen has gone anyway. So the first thing I wanted to explain more about is before we handle any child's manners, let's handle our own emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is anything that happens in your brain and you cannot, like you can't express it. Do you know how people play poker? Like, I'll teach you. They give cards. So I might have K and J. So people will look at my face and see if I look like I have the K. So you mentioned K, then my face will act like, so in life you have to have that poker face. And even when someone says, Oli musiru, don't react. Don't. First wait, pretend. In your head will be like, Mudize munyigire, mutuni mugambe. Naye oli bulungi. Walidde. It's okay. That you're emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence is, nga we never gamba last time, Mukama tasobola kutusindika kuno ku nsi n'atatuwa practicing grounds. Even these people who play football, the time they go to play Arsenal here and Man U on stage, they might have practiced for months and months and months. Even actors, you were seeing that girl Shiba dancing with a big stomach. She was pregnant, dancing, doing 180. Some pregnant women wanted to try it there and then. You lose your baby. This woman has been practicing with this baby inside her for like, since the baby was 1 month. It's like, now wait, the baby want to move. You don't know how she's been protecting herself and you jump for it. It's because she went for practice. In life, we have to practice before we do anything. The world, kale, let's imagine, ensi eringanga theater. Mwani mgezeko theater la emizanyo. This is like a theater. Mumanyi ne surgery. Jetukola surgery, right? Do you know why it's called a theater? Because we're just acting. We're acting. Because after we clean it out, everything goes out. It's not permanent. It's a theater. We act from there. So everywhere is a theater. There is a psychologist who said, the world is a theater, but it is up to you to learn to use the dressing room and use the theater to practice before people sit. Right? Enseno, eringanga emutudde we batyo. Mwena munnize mundaba. Munneetegereza. Kiri erinze practice yange gye nkoze okujja maaso wano. Either munyigire oba musanyuke. And that is the world. The world is like this. The world is like, you guys teach. Muli basomesa mwena mu exam tugaba empapula mmeka? 2. Tugaba answer sheet ne? Question paper. Temukyagaba gundi otukwe sketching tukolera bino bigundi. Waliwo tukolera gwati olaba rough work. Temuyugaba rough work. Wabawo answer sheet ne rough work. Banage mubikomyeyo. You're removing the subconscious. That is the subconscious. That's what they are trying to practice. They are trying to help us understand the world is full of 2 things. There is the answer sheet and the rough copy. The rough sheet. The rough copy first is give us the answer sheet and the summary paper. So the summary paper is to give us, before you write anything on your answer sheet, for us our days, our answer sheet had even boxes. So if I'm writing my name Juliet, I put J in one box. You, no mistake. This is my final paper. But my rough paper, it didn't even have lines. They just give us plain papers. And then I'll draw my cabolo like this. Then I'll put, okay, this is how I want. No, for me, this, you see like a ball. For me, it wasn't a ball. I was trying to find a way of solving solutions. So I'm thinking there are 5 characteristics of animal. I put in the middle, and I know the characteristics are on the side. So when I'm doing my final paper, I'll be looking, okay, 1, then I write properly. I'm like, okay, it has even to be clean. 1, come through this, then I write, right? So this was to help me get what's in my mind roughly onto the paper. No restrictions, no supervision, no judgment. That I was even allowed on this scratch paper. On the paper I'll be like, describe your math teacher. On the paper I'll be like, oh my God. Okay, then I'll be here. I'll draw a ugly man. I'll be like, I hate you. Then on the final paper I'll be like, my teacher is the best. Okay. My teacher loves teaching me. My teacher is not allowed to get this paper and say you're wrong and they hate me. No, I'm allowed to put my thinking somewhere, right? Because I was given a chance. And they will mark me with 100% because this is what I presented. This is what I practiced. And I taught myself to not to hate him in the paper. So he shouldn't mind about what I feel. He should mind what I wrote, right? That is how the world is. Before you speak, speaking is like writing on your answer sheet. Thinking is like the scratch, rough copy. So before you speak, say anything, think about it. Since we have done genetics and emotional intelligence among teachers, now we are going to find out some other things when it comes to students, something called autism, ADHD, or learning disabilities. I will summarize that. I will be able to summarize that mpola, but why it's very good to study these things. Some of the students you teach have characteristics of low attention, then you medicate them. Now it's not medication, it is guiding them, helping them clumsily stagger to their future. They might not walk straight. Most of the celebrities we have in the world, they have ADHD. It's because that's why it's not easy to stand out of the others and you start dancing stupid things. Now people are just looking at you like this. Now you're there. Even if it's money, it's a mental condition you have to fit that job. Even some people are poor. For example, I know some broke people who can never even dance for money. Ngamwavu nezinenga dikula netikule nga dinkula. Ikizakira bavu bemanyi tosobola kaza nyako. Olina okuba mu some mental what? Illness. Shockingly, most of the presidents in the world have autism. Do you know what autism is? Someone will not care about your feeling as long as they are doing the right thing. Over you cry, over what? For them in their head, they'll be seeing you laughing. You have those students. Nga ne bw'okola otya nga kye kituufu ekirina okukolebwa yajja kikola. Gamba teacher said this. So those are autism kids. So there are many differences between the autism and the ADHD students. Most of the autism students will turn out to be the best leaders. Most of the ADHD students will turn out to be the best creatives, the best people to come up with ideas, even make a car. They'll clumsily stumble into a certain chichi thing, and then you people will call it a car. For him, he was just making a thing that could do vroom vroom. You call it a car. So these are some of the. Okay. So these are some of the differences. First, ADHD pupils speak quickly. Too quickly often, they interrupt others. Whereas the autism people, they prefer well-written, scripted what? Conversations or anything to talk about. They prefer things in order. Even when you're speaking to them, they will never interrupt you because all they are dying to do is understand you so that they can give you the answer according to the way they understood you. you have those students. So these students who have autism usually speak less and listen more. So just because here we don't diagnose these problems, so that we can help them accordingly. So we deal with everyone generally. If you're studying in this place, you have a parent who is alcoholic, we don't mind. You're going to treat you like your parents are together, happily married, and they own degrees. Because that is the theory we have. Even if you're at your home, you've never tested eggs. For us, when you come to school as a teacher, you're a normal child who has enough calcium in your body. You eat eggs every day. Even if at your home you eat muhogo, you've never seen an egg. So this is the thing you're going to change a bit. And then you start looking at specifics. Look at how these kids behave. Right now we have hybrid kids. They are either autistic, ADHD, or have post-traumatic disorders. Example, whereby their parents fought, he can't tell the mother to go back to the father, he'll stay there. That pain stays where? Inside the heart. So, these are the people who will one time you'll be there in class talking, teaching some topics, and some kids are sleeping, dozing. Most of those are post-traumatic patients. They have problems really happening and they don't know how to sort this thing. So when you start talking and you're teaching the future, they don't see a future for themselves. They say, when nasoma, ngenda funa omusajja ankube ngani, mami we bamukuba. So maybe she might even get it just to give it to her mama and do something else. So those are kids you see, they are bright, but they don't give school time. Those are post-traumatic, stressed children. Some of your kids' brains, they have to first break to be remade. You'll never see someone tell them, organize these things. Then they will first do this. Then they'll stand on the side. But they were like this from the start. You tell them, organize, they'll be like, okay, I'll start with, okay. That is AD. Then for an autism person, they will ask, how can I do it? How do you want me to do it? It's already organized. How else? Then you now want it to be in alphabetical order. Okay. This is not A. These are the A's. These are the B's. Whereas the ADHD will do like this. And then be like, maybe even put music. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, yeah. yeah. And that is how they get motivated. These are two people. These ones work best in noisy environments. You have students who work best in music. Do you have any names? Well, they're not here. We can gossip about them. Do you have any students who work best with music? Any student? What's the name?
It was called Mavis.
Mavis. Who's the name? Mavis. Oh my God. I wish you knew the date of birth. Kasule. These ones, ADHD, they seek excitement, new experiences, spontaneousness, whereas these ones will stick to how things should be. They will be very, very principled children, these ones. So you'll also have them in school. Then, so here we go back to the same school now we have. We have a full class full of kids with different opportunities. This is the problem-solving puzzle. So after we've seen most of the characteristics, one thing I would love to approach, as we have been studying, people have different characteristics. And some of their characteristics, the way they behave, the way they talk, the way they love, could lead them to fail in life. So here, this is where you come in as teachers. When you feel, what do you do when a child comes to you and they are being bullied, maybe for being so tall, or having a bad teeth, or by having bad teeth? What would you do as a teacher? What would you advise that child like? Each comes and is crying, he's like, People keep bullying me. I have bad teeth. They think my teeth are so ugly, and or maybe I'm so tall, or I'm so dark, because nowadays people cry for being dark. I'm so dark, and people think I'm so ugly. What can I do? What would you do as a teacher? What advice would you give that student after you've done this class? Please.
Thank you very much. I first create a precedent that this is not what I see. Then I ask him or her, are you sure you are that? If they talk about maybe teeth, I say, are you sure you have big teeth? No, automatically.
Of course, yeah.
Then I will tell that person, you are the person who is having the best teeth ever.
Wow.
Actually, everyone is appreciating.
Wow.
That's why they are behaving like this. They want you to feel them all right.
That's very nice. Wow. That's very good approach. That's very good approach of whereby he says he would first ask the students what they feel, and then they would help encourage the students and take away that comment, which is also a very good approach. That's a good approach. I would do that too. Someone else? Please. Two? Black is beauty. It's beautiful. Oh my God. Ah, you guys have a sweet, you have sweet teachers. Oh, guys, listen, please, please, thank you.
We call those bullying. First, give them money.
Are you the dose? Yes, you call the one bowling, yes. and then you give them, put them in. I like that. Who else? I like that approach. Protect the child. Because yeah, you are brought here as a teacher. Every child in your hands, you're supposed to protect the child. Okay, let's go. Please.
Me, I think I would call both parties.
Yeah?
The ones that are bullied and the other one bullying.
Yeah.
Then I sensitize them.
Yeah.
And then I teach them how to appreciate one another in the way they were created. And I create that
That's what, yes. So they communicate and then sensory.
Teach them how to help the other one.
Oh, that's very good. That's also is adding. You see, we can help these kids. Any other answer? Because any answer you give will help all of us here in the room to manage our students when they are being bullied. Please, what would you do if a child came to you and is like, in my class, people say I'm so black. They call me Zizi. They even tell me, even if lightened, I'll still remain in my color. What would you do?
Okay. First of all, I'll first look at the role models that are having the same color like that very person. Then I start from there to motivate the student.
That's very nice. So you'd look for
Role
models that are dark,
yes.
but they have made it.
Exactly.
And you're like, you never know you'll be.
Yeah,
and you're in that level.
Indeed.
All right. So all the approaches are perfect, by the way. And they're all like what you've said, you guys. Most of you are on the light side. Even the dose, he's on the light side when it comes to that, because this is his job to protect the student. So you come fight this is his boss. The student is here, the boss. That who brings you money. Someone comes to fight your boss, of course you have to be like what? You fight, you protect. Chetuf. So this is how psychology would request us as professional teachers to try and approach all of the people have said they are true, but we are going to put them in order, yeah? First and foremost, when a child is being bullied, before you approach anything, any of the bullying problems they have brought on in front, I would highly, highly advise you don't refuse to acknowledge the fact that they've been told that word. If they've been told that they have long teeth, maybe they're even very long. Even you, maybe you can see them, they are long. And maybe those long teeth is what he's supposed to be using to survive in the next future. We are armed different according to what we are going to fight in future, right? So the first approach would always be is acknowledge the problem put in place. Acknowledge that the child is being bullied, or acknowledge the fact that the child is ugly. You as a teacher, acknowledge and start looking for, because if you don't acknowledge it, and you can also see that the child is whatever they are saying. If I came and I said, me, people are bullying me, I'm short. The fact is I'm short, you also see it. There is no way you're going to tell me that people are lying, that I'm tall. I know I'm short. But I don't like to hear it from people. So the fact is, approach that, tell them the truth. Look at the child, tell them, they say you're short. Then they repeat it. Yes, they said I'm short. That is someone allowing, like, instead of you saying, helping them without them saying those words, you're not helping them. Because they have to first record a problem. Before you solve any problem, you have to first record it and realize and find out, this is a problem, by the way. How do I sort it? So the fact is, that child has been insulted. We can't ignore it. So the first is, oh, did I abuse you like that? Okay. Always ask for a repeated scenario. Okay? Call the person who abused and the abuser. Let it try again. Let us abuse again and see how good. In front of me. What do you want the judge? Because both children need correction. The bully and the bullied. The bullied needs correction to identify bullying whenever they see it, and know to have a firm and to understand where the bullies lie. For example, if someone keeps abusing me for being short, and they came say, oh, you're short, no, short, but I know they have no job. I have how many degrees, how many diplomas. So in my head, and then when the teacher puts us in class and the person is like, me, now Julie thinks she studied. Oh, I know the problem is you. Yeah, it's my education. That you're trying now, you can't have it. So since you're tall, you're comparing your tallness to my education, right? So you will never know or approach the problem if both of the students didn't come in the same room. You've not healed. So if both of them are in the same room, ask for a repetition of that same scenario that happened. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make this person realize nothing can be done in the dark. And you're trying to make this person also realize, the second person, some people do things out of emotions. They might even fear to repeat it again. But when you've not said it, so and you've seen when kids have been fighting, some parents will be like, "Mwena muje, mudemwe kuba maso gange." Chibireka chitweko birechi, twanyize ne bigwa. Mwekube, mwade mwagala kwekuba. So when you call the kids, they're like, "Muvume, anti gwo muwanva anti nyamba no munyonyolo obumpi bwenze sibimanyize simanyi wengwa munyonyole obubi omulungi." Explain, give it and push for that thing, for the person who did it to do it in your face. If they fail, then ask them to apologize. It is not your right to apologize because you did bully the child. You're just supposed to guide this, what is it called? You're like a judge in court. Sibuwazizo omusango sigwagula opi. Oliwo gukola ki? Gugusala. Naye nga judge ayagaliza oliwo kulaba nti onagukoze taliddamu gukola muntu yenna ki? Mulala. Because you might sort it today and tomorrow it might happen with the same person who was in the office. Nabeera nga mubulinga. Just because amanya jamutwala mu office. Bamukole ki? But if they ask him to do it on again and again and again, you get tired. It's like, no, Mvuma, you're stupid. Ask you, say it again. It's like I'm asking you, can you listen to yourself while you're saying I'm stupid? So the first thing, approach, repeat, and then apologize. Next, ask for commitment to never do it again. So next, if someone called me short, we're in the office, and then they say, repeat, you say Musawo is short. You say it to her. Julie, you're short. So how does that help your grades? How does it help your grades for her being short? Okay, let me ask, could you please ask for forgiveness? Ask forgiveness from her. Then when that person says sorry, that person also, people don't like to oversay sorry many times in the same place. It's like Obanga Mugema. So they don't do the thing again. But some kids have a D. So usually if a child has ADHD and you've noticed they're clumsy, they're what? These people feed on rewards. Bagala nnyo okuwangula nnyo feeding on rewards, bagala nnyo bawana. If you've noticed, those kids who are very clumsy, when you find their room is very dirty, jitunulire gamba, bannange John, oli musajja mulungi naye oli bukyafu. Oli mugezi, oli mulungi, we know bina naye oli mukyafu. Ounya, sagana kusemberera. John will be like, what's your problem? Have you tested me being clean? They will prove to you that they are what? They are clean. So, after we have approached, we have done all that, wait for repetition. If that person repeats it, change the program. This time there is no repeat. If the person does the first time, is repeat. The next time, don't ask those people to show you how they abuse or fight. No. The next time they come, treat them like they are sick and mad. What do I mean? To approach it as a community through sarcasm. That's why when you still at home, they beat you, that's like, so the next thing you approach, but still I told you have ADHD students. Some of them mujana baswaza bachambale. Agameza omuchafu wa class. Igata chenyumiriza. So yeah, those are the ADHD students. Kati if you get such a student, na chilemezamu nga olaba chimukolera like keep saying and it's not hurting others. Please let that child keep that name. Please let them. That's why you find some people outside, they've grown. But they can't do certain acts because if they ever do them, they already have a name for them. You understand? When your family knows you're a crier, ngabakutuma kalichejo. Watch man bakuita kalichejo, can you just cry? Nga you're grown up. When you grow up, you change. You even fear to what? To cry. Okay? So everything organization could be approaching in a reverse psychology. Waliwo omuntu nga ayagala nnyo okulabirira banne. Naye nga tafunanga chance kulabirira ki? Banne. Kati gwebera mukwano gwe. Okitegera. And when they become, if we have one of the teachers here, who is the most popular teacher here? Newton. You should be the best friend to that child. Yes. That's how the dynamics works. Abroad, that's what they would do. They would make that teacher be the personal support for that child because he's already popular. So the kids, when they see the teacher working with these students, and the teacher has to make it with kajanja. Some days he's going to take tours in classes. He's like, oh, guluma. Buluma. Jangu, we work what? Together. Mutambule mgende ko musiniya wanu. Abasine bagana nango yani atambula ni oh yambye bulu. Our brains love things that they stop them from doing. You know that? Boga no wongo to do something, they are going to do it. So I would prefer, because you guys have a lot of students here, a lot. And the way it will be hard for you to control their sexuality now that things have changed. So the best thing is, please don't be the scar of those students. Those students themselves should look out for themselves. When you suspect a relationship from kids, I'm sure you have student leaders, right? Yes. When anything to do with sexual, teachers shouldn't be involved unless it's the worst. Ask me why. Grown-ups put their mindsets in kids. Even they start imagining things they've never done. If you stood with someone and you hugged and they beat you so much, you'd want to know what was going in that man's mind. What did he want us to do? What can we do that kind? Why? Because if it wasn't bad, why would he beat me? It's like you're walking somewhere and you find the army and they stop you. Then you go. Then no sanga kakuba akalala nga kagenda side eri army yagambe. Couldn't you sneakily enter there and go and check out? Because they stop you to enter the main gate. Like, don't. You're like, what's there? As you get out, you see the small gate is open. Can't you use it? You use it as a human. First, we look for that. So don't put your thoughts. If you suspect a relationship, look for that. I think they have dormitory leaders. They have class heads. They should even have student counselors. Like students, kajanja. I'm not marrying until I'm 40. Mumufule student counselor. No, it will help her as she's solving people's problems. she'll get to know humans. You understand? Because you have those students here. Me, I have to get to 40, get 5 degrees. 80 what? Our student cancer. Kati wali relationship mbamuwe. Kati webaja, they will give her their own what? View. But remember, first she's strict. You're treating 2 students without knowing you're treating them. Because these people will explain to the student the love they have. And the person will be like, you mean you can love a silly human being like that? This stupid human being, you can love. Some children you have too much love. Their parents walk like this. Some students you have, their mothers are still kneeling for fathers. Some boys you have in your class, their mothers, their fathers still cook for them. The boy knows that's love. Daddy namgamba breakfast, baby. Oh, it's mommy's breakfast. Come, let's make it together. You have these kids. Tamina local kids mommy and daddy, mommy and son and father make breakfast for mommy. Nga she's queen. Kadi mwe muja kwera nga mine ebisajja bibawutula. Obusungu bwammwe mubuteeke ku baana b'abeeni. No, just saying, some kids are like that, even if they don't want to sleep with a girl. But they are used women in their house. Their dad calls their sister's princess. Calls their mom my queen, my life, my everything. When this boy comes, even if a girl just sharpens his pen, he's like, my queen, what can I do to make you happy? They are used to love. Okay? From the start. The whole body can get cancer, but the heart can never be cancerous. Most of us, how we react with anger, it doesn't come from the heart. It comes from the brain. I'm just judging people, solving problems I wanted to solve 8 years ago, getting that perfect child I can't even produce. You see someone's child like, singa mtabani wange Andrea. Yali ngono omwana nga mugezi ngono singa aliwa ne nabulako just mukubamu atere abirenga ataiza Andrea. Andrea mwana wo mufu omwana wabandi muleke. Just saying, because at the end of the day, kambase sekino ekintu. Mulaba bana abana be musomesa. They could be the tickets to your good life. If you know how to use it. That's why I told you, use some psychology, it's called dark psychology, but you have to use it to survive this world. Imagine Obama went to your school journal. All of you now will be in America. They'll be like, Obama, is the teacher where yakubanga choko P2. Wanku batogenda kuja. See? Obama, me your teacher who loved you when everyone thought you're ugly. I was the cute teacher walking with you. You see how you're entering America? Many of you, the places we want to enter, the people keeping those places were once your students. These are your babies. But the way you handled them, some of even fear going into those offices. You're like, oh, chidadaba. Oh, kaiza no gano kuzigulira. Kekali kuget. The way I beat that kid. The way I didn't listen. I want you to be in your brains every day every child you see here in this compound of yours. That is a potential savior. Either for you or you will be the savior for that person. So before you go to bed, nabagambye, going to heaven or getting blessings is something we have to pile daily through small beauties. You understand? Do you know why people hug? Do you know why people give each other a hug? Any? Why do people hug? Happiness? To release stress. Okay. Give comfort. Very good. All right. Love. Oh my God. Okay. So, how many hearts do you all have? Which side of your chest is it? Your left side. Yeah, you touch your heart. So you all have one heart. So when you hug someone, they provide you with a second heart. So both your brains, the left and the right, are at equilibrium. They are never at equilibrium because you have one heart to pump two people. That's why people who are in cold places, instead of wearing jacket, first they hug each other. You provide yourself with another what? Heart. So that that other heart can help pump blood. This one is doing the left, the other one is doing the right. So that is what they call the right balance. That is what they call the bliss point. That's what they call the feel good. So, sigamba, hold on. So, abasajja abali wano, but teachers abasajja. But teacher abasajja abali wano. Muwulira. But teacher abasajja. Mwe mugenda okutuyamba okujja ensisi mu baana bammwe abalenzi. But teacher abakazi mugenda kujja ensisi mu baana baki? Abawala. Okay? When they have done something, let's get used to physical touch. There are some boys. Sorry, can I touch you? It's okay. Exactly. Okay. This is it. Why I say the male teachers, you have to teach the boys the touch. When you go to those countries that are developed, when they are starting, like when I was going to work in Harley Street, I was going to work on ministers. So I had to go for a class before. It's called a vocational training. So I had to go for a vocational training called Ethics, Empathy, and Confidence. I had to have that class so that I understand these people I'm going in. They are not broke, they are not needy, and they are just helping me, Kale, to see me as their doctor. So they have to train me how to handle such people of caliber. One thing they taught us there, is the way you react to touch tells a lot to those people who are elites, educated, or who have gone through psychology, who have a lot of money. Tells them a lot about your traumas. Have you ever touched someone now? Abroad, they will just take you in for post-traumatic disorder. Oba osobola okutta omuntu. Osobola okutta omuntu nga weekanze n'ogamba I didn't know, I was scared. So, the more you get used to touches, for example, that's why I touch him, and you all died. You bet. So why I want to touch him is I want to show you. Let me touch him anyway. I wanted to show you men, how you men should touch fellow boys, to teach them to approach men in the world. This is what we are going to do. For men, remember the heart is the left here, right? So when you're talking to students, get used for going for the heart shoulder, the shoulder where the heart is, right? This side. So if we are standing, please can you stand? Yeah. Thank you. So some of you teachers are short and your students are tall. So if it's a man and a man, you're trying to speak to the child. If you're trying to talk to the child and you're like, now you're going to do this for me, the child is not listening. Don't lie to yourself. You're not doing what we call a long-term impact in the memory. So when you touch, so if I'm here, don't touch here. This is disrespect. This is I'm with you. Because part of my heart touches here, your hand, or it could even go to the... You've seen, yeah? You want to do it?
What I was meaning, I can't be able to.
For ladies, you've understood it? Oh, you can come, I touch you.
No, what I wanted. Okay, what I had missed out
Yes, dear.
was the heart touching the hand.
The hand. Ah, come, I show you. Come, I show you. Jungle. Biology teacher. Come, I show you, Amma. Come, we learn from him. Yes, please, yes. Oh, it's in the car. It's in the car. So, if, now this is the student, and I'm the short teacher, the male. So I'm trying to talk to him. It's not good for me. Do this, your heart goes here. Like that. So you talk, you'll be like, the child, you start seeing them responding. You're trying to break that fear for touch. Thank you, biology teacher. Yeah. Then the female teachers, I'll have her come. What's her name, please?
Peggy.
What's her name?
Peggy.
Peggy. Whoa. Wow. So for ladies, if you, now I am the teacher and she's the student, I would love to talk to her and I'm the lady. So for ladies, it's this. You stay standing. It's hold across there. Belly, my hand on the belly, like as you're talking, it's like mukukuta. So they can open up. You do this, like this. You make sure you do it as the child doesn't see. So you'll be like, what's wrong? Now, what's wrong? So you put both your hands on them. So in a way, you're not going to do this, but literally, you're all over the child. So you do this, because this is a lady like you. It's a woman. So your hands, our bellies speak more than anything. So you put the hand here, yours, feel them, your hand. Then they'll be there. So you'll be talking. And now, what's wrong? Oh, what did she? As you're moving your hands, electricity to electricity, you even feel calm. It's like, obanga mukami, obanga taddo mwana wano kuchibega bega. Then wakwa mutu mukulu tosobola mu strong take. So oli kuchibega bega. So you start touch this hand touch, in reverse as you're talking. You see old people doing this to you guys when you visit. Ngakwata nakola bwati, ngagezako ku feeling like this. So now you're doing the belly, the here and here. So if you come together, you keep saying, no way. So when they're trying to go like this, that's when you get loose. Yeah? You let them go. So now you be helping them have that physical touch with people. And not disrespectfully, but our male teachers here. Okay? And you're going to have very beautiful girls as your students. Anything as a teacher, because this is psychology, anything you think for the girl, for example, you're a teacher, and you think this girl is very beautiful, she could be very good as a wife, okay? And you're a teacher. This is one thing I pray you listen to me, you can remember. Always be like, this girl can be good, a wife. Not for me. Not for me. So be like omuntu gwe batereseza obanga akola mu bank. You can work in the bank and hold millions a day, and you get only 300K a month. So if you have that heart, put it yourself like, see, they're going to check where they are not cute. You don't have heart. See, they are so cute. Some of even are better than your wives. But don't forget this in your heart. No matter mama one wanyirira ati yango oli musajja. okwatanga ku kitaawo n'omugamba taata wafuna enva. No, aba cute. Yaka n'ogamba nange mami daddy musajja gwe yiggira ddala. Don't be like ate daddy yikankuyambeko. Oh, look at these kids like your most beautiful mom. But he gave back to you and he has your what? Your dad. Ekyo otakyeteka mu bwongo. Kiringa ffe abasawo okufuna abasa patient abagagga n'omugoberera. Bw'aba muka kitaawo mutunuulire nnyo ogambe muka kitange wayaka gende ewa kitaawo taata wafuna enva. Yes, please. Yes, please.
First one is about the other comparison between the
ADHD, autism, yeah.
Then also have another disability, which
Yeah.
confuses autism and the
ADHD.
I don't know what's in between dyslexia and
And autism. Now that one is a learning disability. That people who cannot, there are some students who you have to give more time to study. Yeah, they take their time to study, but those kids are usually diagnosed with dyslexia, especially if they don't have a patient teacher. So no child in the world has that condition unless the teacher ignored it. Most students who have that, they don't need to be in a class like a normal class. They need a one-on-one teaching. These are things you need even to open up on what? Or with parents. You tell them, your child has this problem, but it's not a problem, it's just a symptom, something we can change. Because that can be changed. It's because ADHD and autism, they're in your blood. Whereas that, it is something, like it's saying like someone walking slowly is a condition. No. They will get there at their pace if we teach them a bit to be a bit. Like you guide them. Mpola. And those kids who they always say have such diseases of learning disabilities, they usually don't make it in life. Because even in life they are slow. The way you see how they are slow to learn, they're also slow to rush for things. For example, there will be a job, everyone will run and apply. This person will first wait and wait and wait and study. So as they are chasing them who applied in 2014, this will be the person not be going to apply. They will be calling them because they've been studying, they've been preparing. So those are students you will have in class whereby they don't know the answer, but they are staying around so that you give them time and you explain the answer. So you'll have those, but that's not that's a condition when it comes to teachers to notice. Teachers have to see it quickly and address it because it's a learning disability. Learning is more, it might not affect them in life. It will affect them in life if they didn't help them as students, and then they reach in life, then they be slow. In life, they take time, opportunities. There are many you've seen who have been dating girls for 10 years and they've never said, let's get married. Even they have babies. You've seen these people in the real world. There's some kids even here mujagamba mugende ku mmere nga yasembayo ngagenda late meaning ne mixa bwatyo kati mwe mwino kimugamba mpola mpola but you're so bright, you're good, but you're always the last. I think that's no, you should be the best. Like try, push. I know you can do better. Practice. Like if especially in class you sit in class whereby have you ever given students exams and one person doesn't answer anything? It's like their brain just blocked out. Don't force them to answer that question. Let it go. Let it go. Don't force it. Don't. Sometimes, don't. Because, these things you're going to find them in schools. We are having special kids. You're going to force that child to stay and do the paper and do what? And you're going to spoil for them to do the next paper. Some children, as you've said, instead of reading for math, they'll prepare for English because that's what they like. But they know what you've written. They know, they can even answer if they wanted. But they gave all their hearts to what? to literature because they want to be literature lecturers later. So some kids will come when their futures are already set. No, I know you guys are okay, but I'm just giving example. These things are there in the world. Hey, omwana wanita amonge aina mamotoka ge Range Rover gwe ojjudde chemistry ne physics. Oli ku mwana wanita amonge kwata chemistry physics muzze ku mabbali. Kati jjukira ono mwana wanita amonge emmotoka z'oyimba azirina z'oloota Rolls Royce yagisudde ggulo. Everything she has. So what you're going to do for this child to support them in life, this is it. What kind of things are you into at home? I love traveling to Paris. Yotawulirangako. Kati awutandike kati chemistry olowooza weebuze chemistry agiramu atya nyingidde ntyambula mbono omwana. Next time you're going to Paris, you know there are these minerals. I can do a chemistry teacher. I know there are these minerals. You know, you look for me something called, you know, silicone. When you go to Paris, you ask them a silicone necklace. Now you're being good. You're giving them time to do what there is in their field. But some of you have here ministers' kids. You keep talking about muhogo, digging and farming. You people, tell them about stocks. Stocks, tell them about trading abroad. You're here with a child, the older father is the owner of coffee plantation. As a chemistry teacher, give your CV indirectly. These people have farms, they are doing a coffee what? You will know mixing things. Start, as you were saying, now we have sodium chloride. This is like normal salt, it's good. But if you added it in coffee, now like you, now Kenya, your father owns the farm, right? Okay, tell us, how do you add value to those cups? For us, we don't know. You know, I'm a chemistry teacher. You know, I can help you. Now, one 1 + 5. I can't teacher. Don't stress me. You know, our maid will do that for me. No, some kids, you people, the children might not come this year. But you will test some of those kids. And you guys, you're putting yourself on an international label. Soon, you're going to be here with Prince Charles' daughter, or Prince Charles, Prince Harry, or Elon Musk's son. Back in Africa, kuyiga minerals and all these things. But they'll start them as babies. They'll bring here for charity. You're going to lose opportunity. You're the best chemistry teacher. Think, you know, you have a student in class. Who's parent, they own what? Like, let me say, beverages. You are a good chemist. Come up with different things. Call that child for private. Now, you know, as I've told the others, all the chemistry. The topic we handled, you can approach it better because your dad has even a what? So you can ask to add value to your dad. Me, I'm a chemist. You call me. You consultation fee for me? 50K. I guide you because you're supposed to guide these children in and out of class and use. If you want to help a child to learn to drive, nenga msajja atune motoka tojirina. Nenga yalina amamotoka. Bogenda gano gitulamu eyiye muyigire muyiye. Mugambe baby oyina ki? Data tuyigire mu Range Rover yo. Nawe teacher of nature sevuga ku Range Rover. Cause ne boss yenyu lwakati wano nze ndi kwogera no, I am owning this floor. But the moment my manager goes behind and is like, right? So, we were punishing manager wange, one punishing wana. Like silent, don't make it so. Don't over. Because these are humans at the end of the day. The way you handle them when they are going through trauma is the way. Is the way. Is the way they are going to act, is the way they are going to do it again next time. So if someone has lost someone, that is part of trauma. If someone maybe is being bullied, they can go through trauma. If someone has something, you know, trauma has both physical and mental. So there's something we call physical trauma, whereby something happens to your body. And there is mental trauma, whereby it's the way you have taken in the information. Omulenzi watagambye nti oli mubi. Nagamba, naye abakazi nga gwe batera okuba ababi. So the way you get it, so you can say, agambi batira kigeza nze siri omukuki kubo. I could not be traumatized. Someone would be like, oyo mchala yanvu mati ndi mubi agamba kazi nganze babi. But you heard the word was batera. So if someone is traumatized, if someone like is a bit kangambe, let me use the word personal. You as teachers, when you're in this compound here, there is nothing personal about you. Because it's like, I told you, life is like a theater. Eh? You're like actresses. But the problem is, God was funny. He did not allow us to act one part. So I cannot be here every day and I stay here teaching. After I teach, I'm going to go and be someone's best friend. I'm going to go home and be someone's mom. I'm going to go and be someone's babe. I'm going to go and be someone's hater. Yes, I also hate someone also. I'm going to go and be someone's the jealous one. I'm going to be someone who will be jealous of me. So all these parts, I have to act them within one day. Some of you teachers are unlucky that as you're acting here, pretending to be a teacher, you have your child here. So you have to be a teacher and also be a parent in the same place. Now yours is tricky. For those who don't have that, I'll start with that. Those of you who, let me say, if this was like a movie, and then I have to present this movie, but then I was asked to act like Mrs. Michelle Obama. Then if I said, the senior Zunguru Obama, I may not get a chance to act, right? But if I give myself time, like, I can learn to speak like Michelle. I'll practice, and I'll act it. So if I come and act, people would say I'm a good actress. So as a teacher, look at it like God has sent you here, like your purpose in life is to teach, right? So this is the act. We are requesting, you teachers have guidelines, how a teacher should dress. Don't worry, just put on those clothes for the play. The play is acting in Janan as a teacher. So look at all the things. Even if you can be a good lover, this play does not ask you to play as a lover, okay? It's asking you to play as a teacher. When you finish acting as a teacher at 5, I pray you remove that coat and put on another coat, a footballer, a waifu, a best friend. Don't take your kajanja to your homes. You teachers do this all the time. After pre-classes, you carry all the kajanja for chemistry, you take it to the girls' dormitory. You start, hey, you guys you're not even doing homework. Excuse me. The actor's done, the kids have done acting. That's why after 5, most schools, everyone picks up another act. You have a footballer, you have a singer, you have a dancer, you have a, in the evening, I don't know if you guys have an evening class uniform. You do? Oh, you do? Okay, in Maryhill, we never used to. They removed it because of that. The casual, yeah. Casual, each class has a different casual, perfect. So, even now, since I think we have some of the administrators here, they can put this in Kongola. Even those casual clothes, if they're different classes, still, casual should be according to the interests of the kids, not the classes. They finish the class, they finish the serious business. Mbasaba baterekera kana akantu. Buli kaberangawo munzijukire. Please be very professional in your jobs. And please always fight to create a positive impact to the students. And the last, please don't be so alone in this school. The more you are alone, you don't know, the more you are underperforming at your job. When you associate with others, you get to even learn how they handle students you can't handle. You get to understand how they have maneuvered some things. Create friends. That's why I asked you to write your date of birth so that I can see if I can group you. Mumanyi abantu abasinga wano, zinengalo muziraba? Tezenkanankana. So mwenna ku buli omu alina amaanyi ge ebintu byasobola okukola. Your gifts, you know? Everyone has a gift. And if those gifts work together in a very, what is it called? Complementing space, like it would help. But some of you are of the same energy And people hanging out are like your energy. Ne mwerimbira eyo nakakubye nange nekakuba. Ah mama twakakubye. Twakatimpudde. That is your group and you're the worst teachers among the students. So you need to create whereby you find someone of energy like that. So you get someone, let me say, you get a teacher with energy of reserved, okay? Put them in a mupe gundi za mwenda beko banange date of birth. Tukolemu ka group katuno twawukanemu tu. I tell you why I have named you like that. So that you understand. Some of you don't know you need each other. Some of you are the most beautiful here. Naye nga temumanyi na kuwandiika. Ngamanyi okuwandiika omuyitako. Like I know kutaasa. Kale some of you have a lot of magazine temuyina sente. No, just saying. Ngate omuntu akusemberedde yalina ki? Alina opportunity eyo. So why not use it?